Hello, everyone, and welcome to Futuristic Visionz. I hope all is well with each and every one of you. You already know what time it is. You here with the one and only, Her Excellency. And I'm chiming in to discuss a topic that I have spoken about before, but I'm going to revisit it because a couple of people reached out to me and they wanted me to touch base on this topic. And so I'm going to do it, honor their request. And I'm going to also speak as best as I can in the simplest terms as possible. Okay. So with that being said, I'm not going to really go into vision so much because what I'm speaking about was really just truthfully these things I'm about to mention right now. I spoke about the dream space, realms, dimensions. Okay. The realm of the flesh, the realm of the spirit. I spoke about heavenly places, heavenly realms, and how God can set you over a realm to reign and rule. Now, I'm not speaking about visions per se because sometimes I like to break things down separately and then accumulatively bring them together collaboratively as they go in their functions. So with that being said, let's begin. Now, these things in which I'm mentioning right now can easily be found. This is nothing major. But listen, I want everybody to understand, okay? I want everybody to understand that there are different realms as you dream. And within those realms are different dimensions that you can reach in that one realm you're dreaming in. And as you sojourn through your dreams and you begin to enter that first realm, you will always be met with something, an opportunity, a presentation of something, some type of something. It will try to, come towards you. And when this happens, you have to do your best with what you have in that realm, in that dimension, to have some knowing on what you should do. Now, how does one do that? Let me say this again. The dream realm, the dream space, is nothing but spiritual encounters and supernatural experiences. So with that being said, when you're in a realm and you're in a dimension, the only voice you should be trying to hear is the voice of God. An audible sound. Because He is the one who is going to guide you in every realm that you're in, realm from realm and dimension to dimension. There is a testing of your faith in those realms and in those dimensions. There is a testing of your submission, your obedience in those realms and in those dimensions. Are you going to follow His voice? Can you decipher His voice? Are you going to allow Him to lead you through the right doors to collect the right keys? Or are you not and come and subject to your own fleshly realm, your own fleshly desires? Because we all have free will. So you have to understand that through your dreams, in each realm, in each dimension, God is calling you. And as He calls you, and the more you hear His voice, the more you trust Him, the more you have faith, the more you believe, the more you have hope, because you're seeing what He's doing for you. You see what He's pulling you out of. You see the things that's trying to attack you in each dimension, in each realm, that He's allowing you to defeat. But it's only by the way of His instruction. And it's only by the way of His angelic host, the angelic guidance. Okay. So with that being said, you have to understand that those things in which that tries to hold you back are merely nothing but demonic, wicked, filthy, despiseful. These are things that despise you. Spirits Okay. And they will do their best to try to cause you to stumble and fall so that they can humiliate you. Okay. So they can humiliate you. They can try to embarrass you or make you feel a certain type of way about what you were trying to progressively move forward and do. Their appetite desires to see you fail. Okay? Because they hate to see you gain anything. Okay? And these challenges and barriers and, this is adversity. Okay? These spirits want to keep you stuck, trapped in stagnation, and they want to keep you in lack. Once again, they don't want you to move forward, upward, onward to anything better. Because if they can keep you stuck mentally, emotionally, financially, they will do it. They will do it. They don't care. They want you to join in with them, more than likely. Okay? So with all of that being said, also, this can kind of cause, doubt along your journey as you dream. But I want you to know that these are all basic tactics of the enemy. Truth be told. Okay? But ultimately, it provides you with much strength as, once again, you endure these trials and tribulations. And on the brighter side of things, you gain resources and tools and insight on what these spirits look like, what these spirits really are, what they operate in, what they utilize, and so much more. Now, when you awaken, and I mean awaken, you come out of your dream and you're in the tangible realm, in the tangible world, and you're maneuvering, what has been shown to you in your dreams is going to play out in the natural. And being that you have already experienced what's going to try to come against you, you should have some idea on what's going to try to come against you in the tangible world. And you will be able to identify the same tactics of the enemy through the vessels that the enemy has jumped in. See, when we're in a fleshly realm, that is what we see, pure flesh, because a lot of people move by what they see and not by faith. But we as spiritual beings, we see things different. So it doesn't matter what vessel they're in. We can identify the spirit that's within the vessel and know what their function is, know what they're operating in, know what their darts are, know what they're going to try to attack you with, know their tactics. Now, I'm going to drop it right there because I can maneuver in another topic. So I'm going to drop it right there. Now, once again, okay, I want people to understand that while you're maneuvering through your dreams, there is always going to be opportunities. So while you're traveling, you have to understand, hear the voice of God. Allow him to guide you, because these keys and these doors are a representation to the opportunities that's going to play out in your tangible world. And if you don't know it, these are the things that the enemy will try to come to destroy, the keys and the doors that you need to have to unlock a manifestation of an outpour of blessings in your life. Now, I want to tell everyone, and I'm almost done. I'm going to keep it short, brief, and quick. Okay, short, brief, and quick. That the heavenly places in the heavenly realm sits within the place that carries glory and so much more. And you have to understand that if your spirit is right, if your obedience is or you doing the best that you can, when there's an outpour of something that the heavenlies decide to, give an overflow, it doesn't matter which realm you're in or which dimension you're in. If you're postured the way you need to, if your spirit is right, if you're what some say aligned right, he will meet you with a blessing right where you at. Okay? There's blessings in every realm and every dimension, but you better know what you're doing. Now, and also know who's blessing you. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand whom and which is calling you. Now, when there's an outpour of a blessing, an outpour of glory, when you're in certain realms, and I'm going to speak on how you get from one realm to the next, because he wants you to come up. Come hither on up. Okay? When you go into different realms and dimensions, when there's an outpour of a blessing that is given unto you, according to his measure, his portions and his grace, his mercy upon you, there will be a sense of glory that you are going to feel, because an outpour carries a different manifestation. It carries something different with it. Okay. And overflow, it carries something different with it. And sometimes God wants you to get to where you need to get to as far as within the realm, because that's where he's going to set you at, to reign and rule. This is why you see certain people that are very much so rulers in certain specific areas and things of this world. And that can mean anything. That can mean in a career field. That can mean in anything. Some people can rule and reign because they sit in the realm within heavenly places, within the dream and vision space. Okay. Now, I have to share something with you. I shared this before, and I want you to understand what I'm saying to you. And I'm saying this because, once again, someone asked me to revisit this. You need someone to speak into your future. People can speak into your life, but you need someone to speak into your future, because that is what the enemy wants to attack. They want to attack your future. They don't want to see you in 10 years doing better than what you are right now. They would love to see you in 10 years doing exactly what you're doing right now. And so many people have a lack thereof of knowing and a lack thereof of things in which they should have, because someone has spoken ill will on their future. So therefore, unfortunately, they have not really substantially, made any success within a time frame in which they should have. Okay. So be clear of that. Speak into your own future. Understand the future focused mindset, the futuristic mind, the future realm. And I want you to know that I'm gonna revisit this. I'm gonna talk about this because I'm gonna honor your request. I had a chance to come across these individuals, and this was a significant meaning of keys and doors. And I talked about collecting keys. I talk about doors and stuff like that. But it was so profound because I don't know how these individuals came about having an interest in this certain space that I was in the tangible world. And eventually it led up to something happening. And I was always wondering why this woman was moving a certain type of way. And the people in whom she was with were moving a certain type of way. And I always noticed that she was with women. And I said, wow, is she, making herself known to anybody else? But it was something that I seen that they did, that I identified. And I knew then that she was something and someone different. And she was from somewhere else. She was from a different continent, country, all of that. And I began to look at her garments. And trust me, she was dressed regular. She didn't have on anything, fancy or out lavish, but it was just something about her. And sometimes people would clear the way for those that rule a certain type of way. Okay. But I noticed this, and I tried to also maneuver myself around her, but this lady was so wise, okay, that her wisdom outshined, my knowledge to my understanding. And when I found out that, I looked and she smirked at me. And so thereafter, I said, I have to find out who this woman is. And right after that, I seen a man come in. And it was her husband. He was never there before. This was my first time seeing this man. And the outfit that he had on and his whole everything, I can tell that they were someone of power. Quotations, that word that people use, power. And I knew that whatever they had going on in their continent, their country, they had to reign and rule over something. For God is my witness. When I began to engage in convo with people, they told me that I started describing this because I said, why are they always, maneuvering around me a certain way? These people had never seen them before. They had no idea who I was talking about. I said, you never seen them? So come with me, because you know what I'm saying? When they come in at a certain time frame, I want you to be in here with me so you can see them. And she smirked. She would always smile. But I found out that these two individuals are real kings and queens in the nation that they reside in. We have to understand, people, that there are individuals that reign and rule in their nations. They live differently. There are real kings and queens that really live the ways in which their people have showed them the way to live. And I only identified how she was moving because things that were revealed to me in my dreams, and then the knowing of times in which that predates our existence. Okay. You study civilizations, you study how they're built, you're studying the reign and rule of certain people. These people have been trained to move a certain type of way. They train their children. So they sent the women first. He never showed up. And once her husband came, that's when a manifestation of so much more happened right before me. And I was like kind of shocked. I wasn't even like, it was just regular day. Regular stuff. And I began to pay attention more to who this woman was. And she left an imprint on me. But like I said, God will set you before the faces of kings and queens. And when I paid attention to who this woman was, and someone said, oh my God, I just paid attention. I looked up something real quick. I could not believe what I seen. I could not believe what I seen. And who she was in her country. I could not believe it. And I said, why would she be sitting there trying to move around me like that? What is she watching? What is she paying attention to? Why did her husband, like the way they moved, is like clear the way for her. The women would come in, it was like they would peep the whole scenery out. They would see everything that would be going on. It's like they would know where I would be at, and then they would make sure the way was clear for her to come in. That was what I noticed. So I knew then. And even with that, a lot of people do that, but it was something of great significance they did that allowed me to know that this woman had to be someone that kind of reigned and ruled over something. You see, when you have experienced being around certain people before, certain places before, sometimes you're not always ready to really take in everything. But at that specific point in time frame, I didn't allow my fleshly eyes to lead me. I allowed the lenses of God to be my eyes and allow him to guide me. Because for a second, I was about to be in my flesh, like, what's going on? But I'm thankful for the experience, because you never know what God is gracing you for. His mercy is good. You never know what he's cultivating you for. And so I want you to always be aware of his glory and how he will honor you and present you before people for whatever reason it may be. So understand that your dreams matter. Your visions matter. Because every day people have produced things that we buy as consumers based upon a dream that they had. They had a dream, a hope and belief that what they would make would help and serve someone else. And they put it out there. And guess what? There's things that people buy every day based upon a dream, based upon the vision that people had. But I want you to stay future focused. And I want you to always be attentive to your dreams and visions, people. Okay? Because what you see in your dreams is nothing but a revelation that's going to play out in this tangible world. And you always have to be ready. And it's always going to be in portions. It's always going to be in stages, because we grow in stages. We grow in stages. Your life, your duration of your lifespan is ultimately what God is going to reveal to you in your dreams or in your visions. So it's going to go in portions. It's going to go in time in which he sets it in. Meaning, you can dream something today at the age you are now, in the portion and measure he gives it to you. But as you get older, some of those dreams that you had have already come to pass. That's all it is. What you dream in your dreams are things he's showing you, hoping that you have faith in, that they come to pass. You have to work your dream in the fleshly realm. Work it by spirit, not by flesh. Okay. So thank you for tuning in. I hope that I spoke in very simple terms. Okay. Because I know quite often I can speak in different, you know. And so, like I said, I hope all is well with each and every one of you. And thank you for tuning in here with, you know who it is, Her Excellency, baby. And at Futuristic Dreams and Visions. Have a good one.